What if you let your intuition guide you to your dream life, to everything your heart desires? What would life be like if you were being led by your intuition? That's what I want to talk about this week. Hey, Eloise Ansell here. I'm an intuitive healer based in the UK. Welcome. So, as I sat down, and as I always do, and tune in and go, what does everyone need to know? It was like having my heart just went, ah. And it was just that magical feeling of like, let's explore life led by our intuition. Now, if you've been in my world for a while, you know that I tend to trust my intuition a lot, given what I do for a living. I had a lot of practice with it. And it's for the small things as well as the big things. But I live my life led by my intuition. Now, I don't always listen to it. I had another little sneaky thing this week where my intuition told me not to do a very simple everyday thing. And I was like, why? What? Ignored it. And then went, oh, yeah. It's as simple as sometimes choosing when to open your door or not. That's all I'm going to say. So it's quite fun. So, it like listening to those little glimpses is always hilarious when I ignore them. And I was like, oh, should have listened. But for the big things, I absolutely listen because they matter more than opening a door or whatever. However, I love the fact that my intuition tunes into everything and guides me daily. Of course, I might ignore it still. But we are human. We are always going to ignore our intuition at some point. But it's a practice. And even me that lives my life by my intuition, sometimes it makes absolutely no sense what it's telling me. And then years later, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. Because your intuition can see through all time and space. We can't. So it knows what's on the other side of the door. It knows what's going to happen next week. It knows what's going to happen in 2 years' time. It's like it's already pre-written. So it's amazing when you can kind of tap into that. Now, your intuition, is not going to tell you everything. You're not, unless you're born kind of super psychic and you can read into everything through all time and space all the time, you're not really going to turn into a psychic. It'll be a lot of information to take on. But with practice and the right tools, you can get really good at asking questions of your intuition and hearing the answers and making sense of them and interpreting it and trusting it and living with it. And, if you want to learn more, I've got loads of courses on intuition. And, it's like going through a journey. So, like my IntuitionTalks course, it's an 8-week journey, and you go through clearing some of the layers and clearing the things blocking your intuition, but you're also getting education on how to work with it, how to improve that relationship, how to use it to guide you in life. And it's beautiful when we can come from that space and just trust and just follow. Even when I'm doing a session for a client, like if my left brain comes in and goes, why are we doing that? I never do anything, but I do a session, I just follow my intuition in that moment, and then I look at it and go, oh, that was interesting. And then they come back to me and they're like, oh, my pain went away after that session. And I look back at it and go, why? Like, I don't know. It's like, but their body does. Their body knows. Our intuition knows. Our bodies know. So when we can tune into the body, when we can live our life led by the intuition, there's so much more available to us. It's magical. Anyway, listen to your body. Make space and time to tune in, to be with it, to listen to your intuition, to take that moment, just take a breath and say, hey, what do I need to know? And see if you get an answer. And don't make it wrong if you don't. It might come in a different way to the way you expect. Okay, have a great week. Bye.